Découvrons ensemble les annonces de cette développeur direct de Xbox, première conférence jeux vidéo de cette année 2024, avec notamment le reveal du nouveau jeu, enfin du premier jeu, Indiana Jones, enfin le premier jeu. En tout cas, le jeu en préparation depuis quelques temps maintenant. Alors ce sera, je sais pas si c'est en VF ou juste en voix FR, mais en tout cas il y aura de la traduction, rassurez-vous. Et ça encore un peu le son. Sachant que la particularité de la développeur direct, hein, c'est dans le titre, c'est que c'est les développeurs qui viennent parler de leur titre, ce qui est un peu différent par exemple d'un Game Awards ou d'un State of Play par exemple, où c'est plus on balance du gameplay et ça s'arrête là, souvent en tout cas. Là c'est vraiment les développeurs qui viennent parler de leur jeu et c'est l'occasion de faire quelques annonces. Je ne savais même pas qu'un jeu Indiana Jones était en développement jusqu'à aujourd'hui. Ah ouais, alors je sais pas si ce sera canon avec les films, ça sera peut-être un truc qui sera révélé ce soir. Je pense pas en vrai, mais ce serait cool, du coup. Mais ça voudrait dire la tête d'Harrison Ford du coup. À voir.
Welcome to Obsidian Entertainment. I'm so proud to share with you our upcoming fantasy action RPG, Avowed.
Donc on va commencer avec Avowed. Vous avez les sous-titres en bas.
A frontier at the edge of the known world, where you must put a stop to a mysterious spiritual plague and discover a secret at the heart of the living lands. At Obsidian, we love creating worlds with deep themes, dynamic gameplay, and thoughtful reactivity. And Avowed is no different.
Il y en a que ça chauffe ou pas, Avowed?
And fantastical to give players a world and experience like no other. It's colorful, it's vibrant, it's strange. It's one of the most incredible settings in the world of Aora. There's going to be a lot of great secrets to discover, one of which has a really personal connection to you as the player character, and you're going to have a great time getting to know those secrets and leaving your mark on the world. And when it comes to encounters, our combat brings the best of the moment-to-moment fun that comes with action-oriented gameplay and the depth and breadth of choice that you get with an RPG. Here to talk more about Avowed's combat is Gabriel Paramo, gameplay director.
Here at Obsidian, our team's overarching
Obsidian à qui l'on doit entre autres The Outer World, côté jeux vidéo. Je crois qu'ils avaient été développeurs aussi de Fallout New Vegas, mais j'ai un doute là-dessus.
We want to give you the freedom to mix and match your loadout to fit the way you want to play from moment to moment uninterrupted.
RPG à la première personne, comme on peut le voir là.
You can combine a variety of weapons, attacks, and abilities for tactical advantages against a wide range of enemy types. It's not just hacking and slashing. You're making real-time decisions about when to use your abilities, powerful melee attacks, blocks, parries, and special attacks.
Alors graphiquement, il faut quand même noter déjà que le live est pas d'une grande qualité, je trouve. Donc, regardez le gameplay en 4K après. Après oui, ce sera pas une claque visuelle, hein, ça reste assez classique. Mais il faut aussi rajouter qu'il y a presque un côté un peu pas cartoonesque, n'exagérons pas. N'exagérons pas, mais il y a quand même un côté un peu, presque un petit peu comme à justement The Outer Worlds qui est un peu, qui était leur dernier gros jeu, je crois.
To help with the different encounters you will face, we provide customizable loadouts that can be quickly switched during combat. That means you can play however you want. Equip a sword and shield and charge into battle. Dual-wield pistols and control the encounter mid-range. Or even dual-wield wands to feel like a gunslinging mage. You could use your enchanted wand to freeze enemies, and then use your offhand weapon's power attack to shatter them. We've worked hard to keep you constantly engaged as battles unfold by creating a balance between pressure and manageability during combat.
Players will have ample choices for how to build and progress their envoy in the world of the living lands as they get to know the game and the story and explore the many diverse regions. Some quests in Avowed will have you make difficult decisions with profound consequences, like this side quest you may encounter in Shatterscarp. the third region you'll explore on your journey through the Living Lands. As you're exploring, you come across the bodies of these fallen soldiers, and as you explore the remains of the battle, it's up to you to determine who, if anyone, is at fault.
Just the four of us. Manu, Kiri, Naoki, and me. Training under Captain Ruiki. Trying to keep Thirdborn safe.
In other words, you're a gang of vigilantes.
C'est évidemment le style d'animation qu'on a sur des RPG assez classiques
Take my
là-dessus.
badge. Take everyone's. Our families deserve to know we fought and died for them.
Making the right choice isn't always what it seems. We embrace moral nuance and gray areas, trusting players to make tough decisions in complicated situations.
My squad and I rested in the cave by the water last night, and as we were sleeping, we were ambushed by those miserable Zorips. I was so surprised, and it was so dark. I just got separated from everyone else. Look, I can't face those monsters alone, but I have to know if anyone else made it out. Of course he did. Sergeant Asui never has a thought he won't say out loud.
Le jeu s'appelle Avowed. Ils le disent régulièrement, n'hésitez pas à checker les sous-titres.
That I was a dumb baby. I heard it all often and loudly. Wait, if you found Sergeant Asui, why is he not here with you? What happened?
At the end of the quest, you have a choice. When you confront Private Naoki, if you believe the story
Il me semble qu'il y a un gros, c'est ce qu'elle dit, de toute façon, qu'il y a un gros aspect des choix dans le jeu qui feront sûrement évoluer l'histoire différemment.
It's not my fault. No, they should have never have camped in the cave. I'll take the badges. I'm going back to Thirdborn.
But if you confront him, if you believe that he fled the site of the battle as an act of cowardice, then he might challenge you to a fight to reclaim his honor. Either way, when you return to town, you'll see the consequences of your actions and the choices you made during this quest. Creating an immersive experience like Avowed is anchored in the world we build. Art director Matt Hansen and the team have worked to create a unique, colorful, and dynamic visual style.
From the outset, we knew that we wanted Avowed setting to feel rich, weird, and wonderful. We found inspiration in a wide swath of real-world cultures, helping us create a unique RPG experience. By contrasting the vibrant with the dull, or verdant spaces with sickly ones, we can better deliver complex emotional experiences for our players. The Living Lands is a continent of untamed valleys with widely varied biomes, from luxuriant forests to volcanic wastes. And each of those regions itself is a conflux of storied landscapes. All of the regions have a lot of special things associated with them, but I have a deep place in my heart for Shatterscarp. As you're wandering the wastes of Shatterscarp, you might notice off in the distance a vibrant jewel of color. By transitioning from destitute, muted tones of a wasteland of sand and marching in towards a beautiful oasis,
Effectivement, des décors très diversifiés.
For life, for adventure, and even a little danger.
We hope you've enjoyed this look at Avowed. We're thrilled to share more about the game in the coming months, and we can't wait for you to explore the Living Lands when Avowed launches this fall.
Je ne sais pas si ça avait été dit, mais il sort cet automne du coup. Je ne sais pas si ça avait été dit précisément. Je crois que 2024 ça avait été plutôt clair. Mais en tout cas, ouais, automne 2024 pour Avowed. Nouvelle RPG, comme vous pouvez le voir juste là. Je pense qu'il y a le titre qui va apparaître. Avowed. Peut-être une date de sortie précise? Non. Automne 2024. Sur Xbox Series X et S évidemment, et PC, et il sera donc disponible Day One dans le Game Pass Obsidian, à qui l'on doit entre autres donc The Outer World. C'est cool, ouais, effectivement, de laisser les développeurs présenter leur jeu. Ça reste un truc écrit, en vrai, que n'importe qui, entre guillemets, pourrait relire, tu vois, mais c'est une plutôt bonne chose, je pense. On part donc du côté de Ninja Theory avec un jeu attendu depuis très longtemps, Hellblade 2. Je pense qu'ils termineront par Indiana Jones. Hein.
Hi, I'm Don Matthews, studio head here at Ninja Theory in Cambridge, UK. We're now in the final months of development on Senua's saga Hellblade 2, and the team is working hard to bring you an unforgettable journey into Senua's unique world and her battle for survival. where we have once again combined high fidelity and immersive presentation with a shorter, narrative-led experience that focuses on the things that we really care about, and that we hope you care about too.
Hellblade, ça fait tellement longtemps qu'il se dévoile avec des images qui déboîtent. Alors là, en live, ça sera pas le mieux en termes de qualité, mais quand tu vois les vidéos en 4K, c'est du photoréalisme qui est bluffant. Mais faudrait-il encore qu'il sorte?
But not just her quest has changed. Senua herself has grown since the first Hellblade. She's made peace with her past and is no longer in such fear of her visions and voices. While the Furies are still her constant companions, she encounters new people along the way, some of which will value her unique perspective, and others who will reject it.
Little by little, this settlement.
Ce qui peut être compliqué pour ce genre de présentation avec des développeurs, c'est rendre ça chiant. Et je trouve qu'à première vue, pour l'instant, c'est plutôt bien amené en fait. Évidemment, si le jeu vous intéresse pas, bon, il y a plus passionnant, mais outre ça, c'est comme il y a beaucoup d'images, de gameplay et tout, c'est plutôt pas mal. Mais c'est dommage que le live baisse autant la qualité, c'est bizarre d'ailleurs.
And which in turn has seen the rise of the Joiga, a violent threat that has swept through the settlements that she'll discover. Senua will make new enemies and also new allies who will come to see her unique perspective as a beacon of hope. And she'll discover along with us how this viewpoint can have its advantages.
Senua is a Celtic warrior who experiences psychosis, seeing things that other people don't, hearing voices, and having unique beliefs about the world around her. To bring Senua's perspective of the world to life in a truthful way, we have once again worked closely with Professor Paul Fletcher at the University of Cambridge, as well as people with lived experience of psychosis.
What does that mean? What does that mean? It's terrifying.
Players will find themselves traversing beautiful and hostile environments, seeking answers from patterns and signs that Senua sees in her own unique way, and battling through encounters with enemies that will push Senua to her limits.
On Saga, we've taken everything to the next level. With a new motion capture space, a bigger stage team, a stunt crew and a new cast.
We spent a lot of time planning the motion capture shoots, thinking of what events would be good to bring into this fight. Like, how can we make this fight feel different from the previous fight? We have all new combat for the sequel. One of our key goals was the ability to actually tell a story throughout it. It does feel very different from the first game, but it's very brutal and you're very invested in it. Senua isn't a superhero. She's fighting for survival, and we want the player to feel her struggle in every step of her journey. We want the player to always feel like they just scraped through, just survived it.
Mel knows Senua better than anyone, better than I do. Her instincts are amazing, and she really doesn't need much help from me. On stage, our main focus is storytelling. So I get to watch the actors and see all the beautiful expressions on their faces. And then I have to wait a little while, and then I get to see that all again, in-game, in costume, on location, everything. It's a great experience, a great process.
Every discipline in the studio is unified in achieving a deep level of immersion to help suspend your disbelief and pull you into Senua's story. We were lucky enough to do a few reference gathering trips in Iceland. You have to be there. The sense of scale, everything is incredible. And you see a scene or you see a small section of the game and you're like, yeah, that works, that's amazing.
Senua experiences reality differently, and a part of this manifests in the voices she hears.
She will collapse. She will collapse.
These voices come to life through binaural audio, which provides a good representation of this type of auditory hallucinations. As we focus in immersion, binaural audio is perfect for this because through headphones, you surround yourself in a three-dimensional space. In the first game, we only applied to the voices that Senua listens in her head. In this game, through a spatial audio technology and some extra little things within the game, there is music that is binaural. Every single sound has the potential to be binaural, so everything is spatialized around you and it's a very beautiful experience.
Ok, donc avec un bon casque audio, il y a moyen d'avoir une expérience encore plus poussée. C'est souvent le cas, mais là, ce sera apparemment bien développé.
In the sense that it speaks to our emotions fast and deep. It's not only about quality, it's about personality. So when you listen to Hellblade, you know it's Hellblade. On the music, we are working with Heilung, which for me is a personal privilege because I really admire them. We feel their craft, their depth, their meaning in the music. It really connects with our game and elevates it to something really special. We are also working with a heavy metal singer, throat singers, and our very own Furies. They sing so beautiful, and we add that binaural touch of music. So this all creates a very immersive and a very special and unique experience.
Our mission here at Ninja Theory is to craft life-changing art with game-changing tech. And that's our aim in Senua's Saga Hellblade 2, is to not only see where Senua goes next, but to deliver something really meaningful for our players.
My hope is that they will really connect to Senua as a character, and even if they can't really relate to what she's going through, maybe they know someone that relates to that character and they can then understand that person better.
Well, I don't want to sound cheesy, but in a way I'm Senua, right? She exists and doesn't. It exists through all of our work, through every ninja. So we all are Senua, and we are creating this character that grows and grows and grows and grows and keep growing and keep changing. So that makes it real.
I'm so proud of the love, care and passion our team here at Ninja Theory are putting into Senua's Saga Hellblade 2. Our hope is to not only create a game that is great to play, but to craft an experience that leaves you thinking and feeling. From our combat gameplay through to our action set pieces, from our cinematic scenes to our puzzle solving, everything is crafted in service of Senua's journey. A journey that you can embark on May 21st. Ok, bon c'est officiel, je crois que ça avait leak, mais le jeu sortira donc le 21 mai 2024, uniquement sur Xbox Series, PC et donc via directement le Game Pass. 21 mai 2024 pour Hellblade 2. Après des années d'attente, le jeu arrive enfin sur nos supports. Ça passe sur quoi? Machine Games ou Oxide du coup? Oh, petite surprise du coup. Un petit jeu qui n'était pas prévu. Oh, Square Enix. Square Enix va dévoiler un truc. Ça me dit un truc ces images là. Donc ça c'est un jeu qui n'était pas annoncé. Enfin en tout cas pas annoncé dans la conférence. C'est un Final Fantasy, un meilleur du genre.
Greetings Xbox players.
C'était Monster Hunter. Ah, c'est la série Mana. Okay. On avait du game. Enfin, un review il y a pas longtemps en vrai, non? Ça me dit un truc. Visions of Mana.
コンソールゲームとしては約17年ぶりとなる聖剣伝説シリーズの完全新作。聖剣伝説シリーズは1991年にファイナルファンタジー外伝として誕生して以降、マナと聖剣をめぐって描かれる愛をテーマに、個性豊かなキャラクターたち、心に響く楽曲の数々、武器の特性を生かして戦うアクション RPG としてこれまでに17作発売され、長らく愛されてきました。
Ça c'est qu'il y a eu beaucoup de jeux en fait maintenant.
本作は30年以上の歴史あるシリーズの最新作となるため、これまで培われてきた聖剣伝説としての世界をしっかり感じられるものを目指して鋭意制作中です。フィールドでは自然や精霊とのつながりを感じられる色彩豊かな聖剣伝説の世界を体験してもらえると思います。
Rien du tout en mana, je sais que c'est lié à, enfin du coup à...
シリーズおなじみのモンスターたちも本作に登場しています。
J'ai un tour de mémoire, super. Final Fantasy, mais j'ai pas plus de détails. J'avoue que mana, moi c'est tellement pas le genre de licence que je suis que je peux pas trop en parler.
今回これらのおなじみのモンスターたちを作り出した聖剣伝説の生みの親である石井浩一さんとともに、 聖剣伝説ビジョンズ・オブ・マナの内容を紹介していきたいと思います。
Putain, on dirait un plan à le truc là de Pawn Stars sur je sais plus quelle chaîne.
初期の頃からシリーズ作品に登場しているモンスターたちは私が考案したものですが、中には小学生の頃すでにイメージができていたものもあります。今作では初めはドット絵からスタートしたモンスターたちを
Valou, c'est sûrement une question de thunes, hein, au contraire, hein,
最新化して
justement pour aussi toucher un public japonais, même si le jeu sortira sûrement pas en exclu, hein, je pense pas.
デザインの方向性からモデルの完成イメージまでを監修する立場でプロジェクトに参加しました。聖剣伝説ファイナルファンタジー外伝を作っていた頃から自分の頭の中ではモンスターたちは立体的に生き生きと動いて、これまで自分が携わった作品ではそれらをどうやって当時の技術で表現できるかにこだわって作ってきました。最新作では聖剣伝説のモンスターたちのただ可愛いだけではなく恐ろしさの部分もしっかりと表現できているので、バトル中はモンスターたちの表情にも注目してください。
これまで聖剣伝説シリーズには空を旅する海を渡る手助けをしてくれる頼もしい仲間たちがいましたが、
Je pense qu'ils termineront par Indiana Jones, à mon avis. Hein. Stratégiquement parlant, ce serait le plus intelligent. Je pense que c'est le plus attendu de la
陸
soirée.
上を猛スピードで駆け回ってくれるピックル。ピックルも石井さんが新たに考案してくださっています。
新たな仲間を考えるにあたっては、今作のマスコットキャラクターになるくらい可愛い動物にしたいという漠然とした思いがありました。その上でヨークシャテリアの毛並み、見た目はアルマジルによく似た仙山港や古代エジプト神のアヌビスの子供といった具体的なイメージが浮かんできて、それぞれの特徴を取り入れながらラフデザインを書き起こしました。デザイナーにもアイ
Ah,
デ
c'est
アを
marrant
出して
parce
も
que
らいな
avec
が
son
ら
concept art, j'aurais pas
足
du
の
tout
長
imaginé
さ
ça.
丸まった時
Ça
のイメ
ressemblait
ージな
presque
ど
plus qu'à
ゲー
des,
ムの中での見え方も考えながら
des écailles.
調整を重ねていき、
Pas du tout en
ピ
fait.
ックルは誕生しました。
もう一つの挑戦は楽曲面です。過去さまざまなコンポーザーが携わられた楽曲の雰囲気が感じられつつも、最新作として素晴らしい新たな楽曲が生まれました。 BGM でもしっかり聖剣伝説シリーズらしさを感じてもらえると思います。過去シリーズの楽曲を手掛けた
N'hésitez pas, si ce n'est pas déjà fait, à lâcher un petit pouce vers le haut. Ça fait toujours extrêmement plaisir. Donc merci beaucoup à vous. Merci à ceux qui le feront.
新たな試みとしてフィールドの探索からバトルまでをシームレスに体験できるよう、今作ではインタラクティブミュージックを導入しており、冒険の没入感を高めてくれます。探索中の BGM がバトルに入った瞬間、アレンジが切り替わる様を実際に聞いてみましょう。
Ça me paraît normal en vrai que la musique elle évolue si tu fais un combat ou pas. C'est plus smooth, mais je sais pas si c'est vraiment très j'ai jamais vu quoi.
空中でのアクションがバトルの鍵となっており、武器での攻撃だけでなく魔法での攻撃も可能になっています。そして本作ならではの特徴として、聖剣伝説シリーズではおなじみの精霊たちがいますが、その力を宿した武器を使うとバトルを手助けしてくれるようになります。精霊によっては様々な特性の違いがありますので、その効果とともに聖剣伝説の世界らしい不思議な力で爽快なバトルを楽しんでいただけます。
オリジナルモンスターやピックリにも注目してほしいのですが、聖剣伝説ビジョンズ・オブ・マナは聖剣伝説らしさを感じてもらえる作品になるよう、
Pierre, ce sera un jeu Indiana Jones original. Hein.
中心にチームのみんなが頑張って作ってくれていますので、
Ce sera un jeu original, c'est pas le but de faire un truc, un remake des anciens, sinon il l'aurait dévoilé comme ça.
私自身もプレイするのを楽しみにしています。
聖剣伝説シリーズとして初めて Xbox ユーザー
Ah, c'est aussi pour ça que c'est dans la conférence, c'est que c'est la première fois un jeu Mana sortira sur Xbox. Ok.
今後も様々な情報をお届けしていきますので、ぜひご期待ください。
Volonté donc d'Xbox, encore une fois, de s'installer, peut-être pas au Japon parce que ça va être compliqué, mais en tout cas de toucher un peu plus le public qui aime les jeux japonais quoi. Donc Visions of Mana sortira été 2024. Il sortira pas que sur Xbox, mais il sortira aussi sur Xbox et PC du coup. Ce qui est une première, donc c'est plutôt cool. Plutôt cool pour les fans de la licence qui ont une console Xbox. Alors, est-ce qu'on passe sur le jeu d'Oxide, qui est un jeu de stratégie et de gestion, ou est-ce qu'on part sur Machine Games? On part sur Oxide. On terminera donc avec Indiana Jones, à moins qu'il y ait une petite surprise après aussi. Mais à voir. Donc là, on part sur un jeu de gestion, stratégie, un peu dans ce délire-là. Parler de Fable, pour l'instant, c'est pas annoncé, Ludovic, je pense pas. Mais qui sait, une surprise. Mais normalement, c'est pas prévu.
Hello, and welcome to Oxide Games.
Oxide,
We
pas
founded
Oxide.
the studio in 2013 with our decades of personal experience building some of the most beloved strategy games of all time, like Civilization V. We came together to create something new and innovative.
J'ai jamais joué à Civilization 5. Peut-être que je pourrais aimer en plus. Parce que j'aime bien les jeux de gestion. Après, c'est la partie stratégie où je suis un peu moins fan.
Aura is an homage to historical gamers, strategy gamers, 4X gamers. It features all the depth and gameplay fans of this genre love, where you'll explore
Ouais, la
the
conférence est
world,
cool.
expand
Alors
your
évidemment, tout le monde
nation,
sera pas intéressé
govern
par
your
tout ce qui a été
people,
montré, hein,
and
bien
engage with
sûr.
your rivals on the international
Je suis
stage.
pas la cible de la
But
plupart
it
des jeux
isn't
qui ont été
just more
montrés
of the
jusqu'à
same.
présent, mais je trouve le rythme plutôt bien.
With Aura, we wanted to challenge some of the preconceived notions about the genre, push it forward in a modern, empowering, and truly compelling and approachable way.
For example, we have over 100 instruments on display in the office, which are all things that we purchased in order to add to the soundtrack and expand the game and make it really good.
J'étais en train de filmer là.
Hi Dan.
J'aime bien l'ambiance, c'est
That's
cool.
Dan. We started in his basement. It's been an amazing process to see from concept to completion. We started small, building a robust game engine, questioning our design assumptions, and prototyping out features.
Je préférerais un jeu à la troisième personne pour Indiana Jones, mais en vrai, pourquoi pas première personne, je reste ouvert. Je suis pas radicalement contre sur le papier. S'ils veulent vraiment se différencier d'Uncharted, c'est une solution.
For Aura, we knew we needed deep systems with outcomes that encourage exploration and give players the power to experiment and make meaningful strategic choices while still having agency over their playstyle.
We also wanted to explore
Il y a des
more
joueurs
in
de ce genre de
different
jeu ou
parts
pas,
of
de
history,
Civilization
and
5,
give players
etc. sur le
from
chat?
around the world the chance to see the game reflect their unique perspective and not just ours.
And finally, we knew that for players to feel the impact of their decisions, they would need to see their choices reflected in the game world itself, not just through numbers on a menu. One of the first differences you'll see when you dive into Aura is what we call the living world. It's a procedurally generated alternate Earth, bursting with life.
Donc la map sera toujours différente.
An immersive space, a blank
Et
canvas
avec
for
de la
players
vie.
to paint the society of their dreams.
The living world isn't just a map. It reflects the choices players make over
En
the
multi,
course
ouais,
of
je
the game.
comprends.
They can see everything from the settling of the wilderness to cultural influence on architecture over time to the thousands of citizens living their lives and reacting to the changes. We want players to feel like they're truly occupying the world, leading their people as they thrive and grow. Core to the vision of Aura is our philosophy of rule how you want to rule. And no feature better exemplifies this than the prestige system.
To win a game of Aura, players will compete with their rivals to build the most influential, impressive, and important nation the world has ever known. This is measured by prestige, the player's score that proves their worth as a leader.
The prestige system gives players the chance to decide what kind of leader they want to be. Do they want to pursue great works of arts and culture? Military might? Scientific advancement? The choice is theirs. In Aura, there are no set victory conditions. Players get to decide what is most important to them and focus and prioritize on those goals while still being able to win the game.
Personally, when I play Aura, I like to build triumphs. Triumphs are our collection of incredible monuments and architectural achievements from throughout human history. Like the Great Pyramid of Giza. They're hard to build.
Ouais, ça me donne envie. Je me laisserai peut-être tenter en plus sur le Game Pass et tout.
bonuses
Vraiment,
and
vraiment,
game-changing
pourquoi pas.
abilities to the nation
Je sais
that
pas si
constructs
j'aimerais,
them.
mais je peux tenter.
Another aspect of Aura that I'm personally excited about is our crafting system.
The crafting system offers a unique challenge to the player that they generally won't see often in the 4X genre. Succeeding at balancing, gathering the right things, turning them into the tools that you need, and then finally getting to the outcome or reward of something like an important improvement or triumph just changes the challenge that exists in Aura compared to other 4X games.
Crafting plays out in Aura at a national scale, with players honing and combining the natural resources they harvest into all manner of goods and components. Those are the foundation for everything, from international trade to improving their cities' and citizens' lives, and even manufacturing the weapons necessary to draft military units. The crafting system in Aura encourages thoughtful, advanced planning. It rewards players who can see the strategic outcome of all their collective decisions, and not just the individual ones.
I'm proud of the work that's gone into our simultaneous turn system. Many strategy games have players alternate taking turns and reacting to their opponent's moves. In Aura, all players' actions are resolved at the same time. This rewards players' ability to navigate uncertainty, to predict and strategically plan for a variety of scenarios in the moment. This system makes Aura just feel more real. In a typical strategy game, once your turn is finished, you have to wait for a long time. With simultaneous turns, generally speaking, those times are very low. You get to keep playing the game and stay engaged rather than having those periods of downtime where you're not doing anything.
It's not easy sifting through all of history and picking what to include. For Aura, we wanted to offer a fresh perspective, so we looked at cultures and societies throughout the millennia with the broadest lens possible.
Where this approach really shines is in our leaders. Leaders are so often seen as military personnel or prominent government figures, but leaders come in so many different forms. They're thought leaders, scientific and cultural prodigies, and many more.
Each leader in Aura has a number of special abilities determined by their personality traits, as well as a powerful and unique leader trait informed by their contributions to world history.
With a diverse global roster, we know players will find leaders that they will want to play. And even a few that may surprise them with how fun it is when those leaders are handed the reins of power.
For us at Oxide, player feedback is the only way to really understand what you're making.
Ah oui, bah de toute façon, c'est par les développeurs de Civilization 5, donc c'est sûr qu'il y a plein de méta qui vont revenir. Hein. De toute façon, c'est clairement, c'est flagrant. Mais si c'est le même jeu qu'avant, mais en mieux, j'ai envie de te dire, c'est bien. C'est déjà bien. Hein.
One of my favorite examples is when we first introduced the concept of dangerous wildlife to the game. It turns out, in our first iteration, it was maybe a little bit too aggressive or disruptive. We knew we should probably make a change when one of our insiders made a forum post that was just,
"Cougars, cougars,
cougars, I hate cougars!
Someone get these feline demons away from me. I'm happy to report, based on more recent feedback, that I think we ended up in a good place with the overall threat level of mountain lions to a player's citizenry.
It's been years of hard work to bring you a strategy experience like no other. And we're so excited that we can finally see the finish line.
Je suis pas sûr du plan avec la moto, mais ok.
But the launch of Aura is only the beginning. We are going to maintain our insider program after the release date and continue to listen to players and support the game into the future.
On behalf of everyone at Oxide Games, thank you for joining us today. We can't wait for you to play Aura and to create your own history.
Sorti automne 2024 uniquement sur PC pour l'instant. Je sais pas si le jeu est prévu un jour sur Xbox. Je pense que ce serait une adaptation un peu chiante, mais ça finira peut-être par arriver. Mais en tout cas pour l'instant uniquement sur PC et disponible directement dans le PC Game Pass. Autre surprise, on passe sur Machine Games avec Indiana Jones. On passe sur Indiana Jones. Découvrons donc les premières images du jeu Indiana Jones de la part de Machine Games, les développeurs de Wolfenstein.
Hej och välkommen till Uppsala, Sverige, här hos Machine Games. We are really excited to finally be able to share our work on Indiana Jones. Since the first film came out, Indiana Jones has always represented the ultimate adventure. Even today, it's one of the most iconic franchises in pop culture. In this game, you aren't just playing as Indy, you are Indiana Jones. You will see through his eyes and experience a journey that we hope lives up to the proud legacy of Indiana Jones. When Todd Howard first told us about his vision for the game, we knew we would be a very good fit to help bring it to life.
I've wanted to make an Indiana Jones game forever. I'd had this
Todd
idea
Howard qui est
for what it
boss
would be like,
Bethesda
and the
globalement.
story, what Indy was going after, what period of his life it was in, what kind of arc he was going to have. And as the years went on, I thought, who would be like the best studio in the world to make this? And it was my friends at Machine Games. I can remember pitching Lucasfilm on the game and being, a little bit nervous because, look, it's, Indiana Jones, and their response was just overwhelmingly positive, and just that excitement has bled through the whole project. And
Bon,
they
après,
have just been so trusting
Lucasfilm donne les
and
droits un peu à n'importe
supportive
qui,
of
donc
everything
patience,
that
mais
we want to do with the game. It's been a long time. I've been a fan of this my whole life, and I couldn't be more excited to show you what the team here has been up to. Let's take our first look at the new Indiana Jones game.
Let's go.
Let me tell you what you are missing, Dr. Jones. While you were playing your pointless game, I was playing you. You're wondering if maybe you should have built yourself a life of meaning instead of ending up here, dead and forgotten in the sense of Africa.
Ils ont gardé la tête d'Harrison Ford? Ils ont gardé la tête d'Harrison Ford ou c'est moi? Il ressemblait un peu, hein. Ok, on est sur un jeu à la première personne, du coup, comme les Wolfenstein.
History. Just different ways to interpret the past. Thousands of years of humanity's thoughts and beliefs, scattered and buried.
Donc on sera peut-être sur un jeu canon du coup. J'arrive pas à savoir si c'est sa voix.
You can't just run away from your problems, Indiana.
Watch me.
Ouais, c'est clairement lui jeune. Ce sera du coup très différent de Uncharted. Hein.
Throughout history, mankind has built sites of great spiritual significance. If you were to draw a line through these ancient sites around the globe, you get a perfectly aligned circle. I've had run-ins with these guys before. Trust me, it ain't a walk in the park.
Okay then, let's see if you can keep up.
What do you mean if I could keep up? Patron of the fallen angels. Protector of the Chukulimani. The Great Circle.
Le cercle ancien. Donc Indiana Jones et le cercle ancien.
You have any idea how old that was?
C'est pas la voix d'Harrison Ford. Honnêtement, enfin, j'ai pas l'impression personnellement.
Indiana Jones is such an iconic character.
Donc je sais pas si c'est considéré comme canon, mais vu que c'est le même logo et tout, en vrai il y a moyen. Hein.
Everyone here at the studio has their own
Et vu que Lucasfilm les jeux Star Wars elles le sont.
Most of us grew up with his adventures and have been fans of the movies and the character for years. He's a brilliant archaeologist, he's a charismatic everyman, he's passionate and determined. And for us, he's synonymous with adventure.
Now we have the opportunity to tell a new Indiana Jones story for a modern gaming audience. Our game is all about putting you in Indy's shoes, letting you see and feel what he sees and feels. For us at Machine Games, we do that best through first person. It's the ideal perspective to bring you into the rich, exciting and interactive world we've built.
Ça c'est un débat, la première personne ça divisera toujours, mais en tout cas c'est le choix qu'ils ont fait.
Making each action feel like your own.
Whether it's cracking your whip, solving puzzles in ancient temples, or seeing your knuckles go bloody in a fistfight, all of these moments are much more intense in first person. But we still want you to have those moments. Seeing his iconic silhouette with the hat and the whip, and so for things like cutscenes and environmental traversal, we pull the camera back for a third-person view. Indiana Jones and the Great Circle.
Ok, ça se déroule entre l'Arche perdue et la dernière croisade. Donc on est vraiment sur un jeu canon du coup j'imagine.
He wakes up in the middle of the night to the sounds of a break-in and rushes to confront the thief in the college museum. The mysterious giant of a man makes off with what seems to be a historically insignificant artifact, sparking Indiana's curiosity.
Who the hell are you?
Following the trail, Indiana heads to the Vatican hoping to learn why this particular relic was stolen, and discovers that things aren't what they appear.
He starts pulling at the strings of a mystery, and it all unravels until he has no choice but to see it through to the end, whatever the end may be.
Donc on est bien sur un jeu où on voyagera, on sera pas sur un open world visiblement, je pense qu'on sera sur plusieurs régions à explorer.
We always talk about how clever Indiana Jones is. That had to be one of our guiding principles when we were thinking about the type of game we were making. It wouldn't be indie if he wasn't using his wits to get through the situation. The most authentic Indiana Jones experience we can make is the one that makes you think first.
Bon, beaucoup d'énigmes visiblement. En même temps, c'est quand même c'est ce qu'on attend d'un programme Indiana Jones. D'ailleurs, le dernier film était un peu foiré sur ça. Il y a moyen que la VF, on ait la VF de Harrison Ford habituelle, ouais. Par contre, ça c'est possible.
We always want to be offering more solutions, whether it's trying a different path through the environment to get around enemies, observing enemy patrols and using them to your advantage, or using the tools at your disposal, like the whip.
It's an amazing global adventure, with action propelling you through your journey.
We have these really diverse environments for you to explore. Indy's journey will take him to the forgotten temples of Sukhothai, the pyramids of Egypt,
ah oui, effectivement, beaucoup de diversité.
And beyond.
Ok.
We look carefully at each location and the time period the game is set in, and we're trying to make it as authentic and accurate as possible.
We love creating rich, vibrant worlds, and in this game, we also had the goal of making it feel like a true cinematic Indiana Jones adventure.
One of the biggest ways to do that is with the music.
Ah bah évidemment,
John
les musiques,
Williams
oui.
is the original composer for the indie films, and we're really lucky to have found Gordy Hub, a composer who's been able to capture Williams' essence with his score for The Great Circle.
We also take a very movie-like approach to things like cinematics. We're very physical with our production style. We use a lot of stunt actors. Things like this help us bridge the gap between making a game and making a movie.
And of course, our characters do a lot to help bring the world to life as well. Next to Indy, Gina is our other main protagonist. Where Indy is pursuing answers just for the sake of curiosity, Gina has a personal stake in getting to the bottom of the core mystery.
Gina is an investigative reporter who
Okay, un
has
des
a lot
personnages secondaires
riding on this
du jeu
adventure.
vidéo.
She's been tracking a lead for some time, and now she's found an ally in this determined American professor. Their paths are intertwined, and they'll need each other in order to get to the bottom of this mystery.
Okay, then. Let's see if you can keep up.
Fight. What do you mean if I can keep up? We always love our villains and think we might have found our favorite one yet in Emmerich Voss. He's this intensely psychological man. He's obsessed with the human mind and manipulating it.
He's highly intelligent and the perfect foil for Indy. They're both brilliant people, compelled by their passions and obsessions, but driven down wildly different roads.
He creeps up on you and gets under your skin like he gets under Indy's skin. It's captivating.
Dead and forgotten in the sense of Africa.
One of our mottos for Indiana Jones and the Great Circle is adventure first. But in every indie adventure, there are always those moments where he finds himself in the action.
That's been one of those balancing acts for us, and we've ended up with this sort of hybrid experience that mixes melee combat, stealth, and gunplay.
How you approach any given situation is up to you. You may choose to sneak around an enemy patrol, or maybe you'll just pick up a shovel and whack them on the back of their head. And when you can't use your wits, you got Indy's most iconic tool. Just like you see
Le
in the
fameux
movies,
lasso.
one of our goals has been to make the whip as fun and multi-purpose.
Oui, alors les méchants, ça revient un peu les mêmes. Hein. C'est les méchants allemands pour rester YouTube friendly. Bon, certains diront que ça fait partie de l'âme de Indiana Jones. C'est un débat, mais en tout cas, pour le coup là-dessus, ouais, on reste sur du classique.
And yes, you can absolutely use it in combat. everything you'd expect from Indie Sweep, and hopefully a little bit more. Puzzles are a key feature in our game. The spirit of discovery is so important to Indiana Jones. Obviously, there are a handful of puzzles on the main path, but a lot of the puzzles are optional and are just there for the players who want to experience them. Epic traps, small secrets, and hidden puzzles that blend right in with their surroundings.
Ça c'est cool, je pense que je vais me tirer les rares cheveux qui me restent, mais c'est cool.
We have this world of mystery where anything could potentially hide a secret. The more you look, the more you'll discover.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
I want to thank you all for joining us for our big reveal of Indiana Jones and the Great
Indiana
Circle.
Jones, c'est le
Machine
cercle
Games is
ancien.
known for creating these roller
Très très hâte de voir le
coaster
résultat.
experiences with huge set
Est-ce qu'ils vont
pieces,
confirmer la date de
surprising
sortie, au moins dire
twists and
2024?
immersive narratives. It's exciting for us that we have been able to stay so true to the Indiana Jones franchise and create such an authentic
il sortira sur
experience
PC
while
aussi,
still
logiquement.
being able to showcase what makes us us. We are making a game for everyone, whether you are very familiar with the franchise or not. Because at the heart of Indiana Jones is an incredible adventure, and I think that's something everyone wants to be part of. I'm also very excited to announce that Indiana Jones and the Great Circle will be coming later this year.
Ok, il sortira donc en 2024. Oh, t'as Todd Howard qui est derrière en fond qui vole le truc. Sorti donc en 2024, pas de date précise, donc possiblement plus fin 2024 que début, sinon il l'aurait dit. Mais donc ça se confirme en 2024, et bien ça fait partie de mes jeux les plus attendus de l'année du coup. 2024 sur Xbox Series, PC et directement dans le Game Pass. Voilà, le cercle ancien. Est-ce qu'on est chaud? Bah franchement, chaud. C'est pas toujours ce que je m'attendais, mais en vrai c'est... Enfin, oui et non, c'est-à-dire qu'à la fois c'est très Wolfenstein finalement. Ce qui peut être bien, parce que Wolfenstein, il y a du très très bon à récupérer. Donc, petit récap et on se terminera là-dessus. Je pense qu'il y aura une petite vidéo dédiée là dans les... Peut-être ce soir ou demain. Peut-être ce soir en vrai vu l'heure. Où je vais revenir sur l'annonce, enfin tout ce qui est par rapport à Indiana Jones.
Is it animals, children and game developers?
Ah, le petit best-of. Enfin, making-of plutôt.
Our mission here at Ninja Theory is to craft life-changing art with game-changing.
Ouais, le FPS, je peux comprendre. Disons que, je sais pas, à la fois je me dis why not. Disons que c'est un peu dommage parce que c'est vrai qu'on a tellement cette habitude de Uncharted et Tomb Raider en fait qui sont pour nous les jeux d'aventuriers les plus connus du jeu vidéo, tu vois, donc c'est normal, ça fait bizarre. Mais à la fois, ça peut permettre quelque chose de différent et justement de pas avoir cette comparaison avec Uncharted ou Tomb Raider. Ce qui du coup peut être bien aussi, donc faut voir.
My name is Masaru Oyamada. 今作はアクション RPG 聖剣伝説のアクション部分が強化されています。